And we are live. Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. Um, to, fucking, where is my brain? Not here. God, I gotta do this quickly because I'm playing Gibbs today, so we're going brainless already. Not even 20 seconds into the fucking FPS. Goddamn. Um, till death do we part, I think. Is that the full thing? Because it's not showing up
Yep.
completely on my end.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's what we called it.
Thank you. I'm Babble. I'm already sinking into Gibbs' brainlessness. So I am joined today by the wonderful, the amazing, the a dear friend whom I sincerely enjoy spending time with. Suffer, motherfucker.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting time because I've got the giggles. Hello, everybody. My name is Whis, and I am playing Korvits All Hallows today, who has very little idea what he's getting into, actually. So, yikes! Oh, man, this is going to be a time. This is going to be a time and a half. I'm excited, but also terrified!
Oh yeah. So in case you guys aren't, given the very blatant insight into what the fuck we're doing today. Gibbs doesn't know it yet. Korvits doesn't know it yet. The rest of the world doesn't really know it just yet, but they will in a bit. There is going to be temporary, but it's not solved in this FPS. Character death. I will be describing that death, not in too great of detail. I'm not gonna say any, it's VWild safe, that's the point. But
it's not going to be gory. It'll be detailed enough to not be gory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of.
It not having, guts helps, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's both Toon and a machine. At most, there will be ink, which is Toon equivalent of blood. But that's a given. And given what Gibbs is, I digress. We'll get to that when we get to that. Mind the trigger warnings, goddammit.
Stay safe.
Stay
we love
safe.
you.
Yep. Stay safe, be gay, do crimes. It's Pride Month, by the way, so this is perfect.
Yep.
Happy Pride. Time to kill a fox. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. 3 minutes into this, already having a great time. Anyways, where is good old Korvits today?
Well, Korvits has, now that he's got a few different things on his plate, he has something of a routine, which he's absolutely loving. But when he's not looking after Philippe's kids, and he's not with Gibbs, and is not sort of half stalking just to make sure she's not up to any mischief, Digsby. But he only does that a little bit. He tends to stick to either Macabre Manor to hang out with or annoy or inconvenience Jacques at your pleasure. He will otherwise be usually on the Curly Hill in the middle of the pumpkin patch. He likes to sit up there and whittle and eat marshmallows that are far too large. So I reckon that's. I figure that's where he is right now. Yeah, they're very sweet. That's what he likes, though.
It is what he likes, and he's so fucking valid. Gibbs just not a fan of sweets, but we'll eat them anyways.
I am stealing this from you, and therefore inconveniencing you out of affection. I will eat it, even though I hate it. I love you, Gibbs. But yeah, so that's what Korvits is doing. He's sitting up on the curly hill in the middle of the pumpkin patch, and I will roll a d2 to decide whether or not he is eating marshmallows or if he is doing some wood carving. 1 is wood carving, 2 is marshmallows. Marshmallow time! That's a 2. Great. So he's just eating marshmallows.
Alright. Well, since that's where he is, I think you've also probably been, like, for a little bit now, there's been this weird thing going on where a good few of the court members have been kind of pulling you around.
Mm-hmm.
And something's up with all of them. Don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some plotting, or at least there was. That seems to have died down.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because RJ and I talked about
Dear,
it. how
dear.
how they would all go about prepping for this thing. And
Oh,
Gibbs
man.
has just been kind of doing its own thing, but it seemed a lot more nervous as of late. And not just because Digsby is Digsby, but yes, also because Digsby is Digsby. Listen, it knows that she's a fucking bitch. There have probably been a couple of times where it has flat out called her, to her face, a fucking bitch. She does not seem fazed by it. If anything, she seems to be less of a bitch when it says that.
Your results may vary.
The
Do not
results
attempt if you're not Gibbs.
pretty fucking much. But this isn't about that. So I would normally ask you to roll perception, but I know damn well what this man's perception is. And Gibbs's dex is absolute fucking trash nowadays. And has been for a while now. You just see this idiot, the idiot that you fell in love with, just kind of trying to sneak up on you. And for all intents and purposes, it's not doing that bad of keeping its balance. So it's not wobbling as much as it tends to.
Oh, that's good. In that case, Korvits is going to roll a deception. And the only reason that isn't garbage is because of who and what he is and what his stupid ass modifiers are.
Let's
But
see
it's
how
a
long
dirty
that
20.
lasts.
There's a dirty 20. He is pretending that he has not seen Gibbs.
I'm not. Well, you know what? If Gibbs happens to roll a nat 20, it might. It sure as well fucking might. No.
No.
You can't be quite that lucky, buddy. That's an 11. So, Gibbs does not see through your bullshit. But it is absolutely trying its best to sneak up behind you with a little bit of jittering and wobbling here and there. But quite frankly, this is so much better than it being unable to keep itself upright. So.
Yep. No, Korvits is absolutely giving Gibbs the satisfaction of doing the sneaky sneak. Like, if it hadn't looked like it was trying to sneak up on him, he wouldn't have bothered. But he's like, oh, that's some obvious sneaking there. All right, I'll let it have this.
And it is going to think that it is doing the best job. And you see its butt do a wiggle as it leans down a little bit. And then it jumps I'm going to see if it can snatch that marshmallow. I don't know what I would roll for this.
Acrobatics?
Oh, Gibbs, buddy. So
Nope.
it jumps, and somewhere in that, like, it barely lifted one of its feet off the ground and just completely starts rolling down the hill.
Oh my gosh! Oh, for everybody playing at home, Gibbs has a, what is that? Is that a -4 on your acrobatics?
Yes.
And a nat 1 on the dice. -3. Oh man. Okay, well I think Korvits kind of just, he does genuinely jump a little bit because, oh no, there goes my fox. And he's just gonna turn around and be like,
ah, shit. Okay, come on, Gibbs.
and just dive after it and catch it. Oh, Christ.
Well, eventually Gibbs does stop rolling. I'm gonna roll it a con. Just a straight con. To see how well it's handling the fact that it just rolled. That's a 9!
I mean, it's average-ish. I'm gonna do a something or other athletics, maybe? Yeah, athletics to catch Gibbs before it rolls too far. Oh dear.
That was just to see if it's dizzy after all of that rolling. So, I'm gonna say that is a yes. You see,
Alright,
little
so it doesn't
fish.
get very far because he gets caught.
But there are still, like, fish, kind of swimming around its head, and it looks kind of walleyes.
Oh boy.
Oh, Gibbs. I didn't see you pair there. What are you doing rolling down the hill?
Well, I was gonna, how many are you? Hold on. I only wanted one of you. This is not what I meant.
A bit dizzy there, huh?
A little bit. I love you. I can only handle one.
Oh, we're going it that quick, are we?
No! Fuck! So this is a me problem at one point, and the fact that Gibbs wants to say it so badly.
Just retcon that.
Retcon the I love you. It just says, I can only handle one of you.
You know, that's completely fair. I don't think anyone would be able to handle more than one of me at a time. If you wanted a marshmallow, you could have just said.
And he's gonna give it scritches under the chin.
There is absolutely purring that happens. Very happy Gibbs as it leans into that. But then it is when it's again gonna try and snatch that marshmallow because it wants marshmallow, but it's not intending to eat it.
I think Korvits is just gonna let it take the marshmallow.
Alright, it's going to snatch that marshmallow, which it is now just kind of like. How big is this marshmallow in proportion to Gibbs?
Okay, well, how big is Gibbs again?
3'3" when it's standing on its hind legs.
Sure. Alright. Now, I'm not very good at thinking in Imperial, because I don't do that usually. But every now and then, we get over here these, what they call jumbo American marshmallows. which are a good, I'm going to say about 2 inches long.
What the
They're
fuck?
freaking huge. Yeah, they're enormous. And he tends to go for these giant ones. But it's in proportion to him.
Okay.
So, like...
So it's like
So,
3
like...
times that.
Yeah. So we're looking at... let me get my ruler. Probably... yeah, maybe about 15 centimeters long. They're quite big.
Alright, give me a
Like,
second.
Gibbs could use the bag of marshmallows as a sleeping bag.
Okay, then I am going to assume that these marshmallows are bigger than Gibbs's head. So it just looks
Yeah.
like it's replaced its head with a fucking marshmallow. It hasn't. It's just kind of halfway, like, or well, sort of dangling from its trap jaw of a mouth, and it's now just going to jump off of Korvits. You know how cats tend to. They will use their human as a springboard.
Yep.
Gibbs will use its partner, boyfriend, as a springboard. And it's gonna start running.
Oi, where do you think you're going with that? I was going to eat that. Now that I don't have more, but you don't even like sweets. What gives?
Run then, fucker.
I don't think you're faster than me. I can catch up.
Nah. It tries to stick out its tongue, but it almost drops the marshmallow, and I'm gonna say that it doesn't. For simplicity's sakes, because I would like for it to not explode inside the town.
Good God. Yep, fair enough. Alright, yeah, Korvits is he's gonna give chase. And just because it's still playful banter at this stage, he's going to actually use his legs. Which he doesn't often when it comes to trying to be fast. Normally he'll fly. But, like, he's actually going to run. Which actually, he has 50 feet of movement, so he's still pretty dang quick. But, he is going to be running.
Hmm. Give me just a second. I'm gonna see if it can do anything. Do you have to touch that? So, like, are his boots attached to his design? Or are they just, like, boots?
No, they're just like boots.
Okay, Gibbs is gonna cast a movable object on them.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna do him a dex save then. I love that. That is so fucking funny. Alright, guess which fucker just rolled in that one?
Yes!
Face planting straight into the cobblestones. Fucking hell, that's so good. Oh man. Yep. Is it just one boot or both?
Both.
I suppose it'd only be one, wouldn't it?
Both! I considered them kind of just like one unit.
Okay.
But it can be, like, honestly, I'll leave it up to you. I think it'd be funny if it was both.
Oh dear. Yep. Well, I mean, because he's running, right?
Mhm.
So if the one on his front foot gets put in place, and then he goes to make his next stride, and then he goes to pick up his back foot, and his boot is stuck, so he can't really push off that way, and then because his boots don't just slip off, they're not slippers or anything, so he's just gonna sort of pitch forward, and there's a big pinwheeling of his arms, and just a
Oh, shit! Ow!
and now he's just sort of laying there really awkward looking. He's just sort of, what the fuck just happened?
If you ever look up at Gibbs, it has the shit-eating grin behind that fucking marshmallow, and its eyes are pink.
Oh, he'll push himself up after a fashion once he's sort of unstunned slightly because he wasn't expecting to suddenly become acquainted with the cobble. And he'll just sort of push himself up on his arms and look at Gibbs.
You son of a bitch! What the pig did you do?
I am a son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, you're canine, I guess. What the hell did you do to my feet? Gosh darn it!
Your face. I didn't do anything to your face.
Turn your hearing aids up. I said feet.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, is immovable object on the warlock list? Is that one of its warlock spells?
No. It is
No?
not.
Okay.
It's just one of the ones inherent to what it is.
Oh, okay, great, cool. I will disregard that thought process then, that's fine. He's just gonna sort of try and twist a little bit. I'm gonna roll him in an acrobatics to see how well and how graceful he does this. Okay. Alright, code 14 plus. Oh yeah, you're fine.
Gibbs is gonna start prancing further away.
It's a 39. That's fine. Yeah, so his boots are stuck in that stride on the ground, and he can't move them. So he has to kind of twist, and he dislocates because he's a skeleton apart from the pumpkin part. So he kind of dislocates one knee and then pulls his legs off in order to sort of negotiate them out of his boots, and then stick his legs back onto his knees, and just give a few little leg kickies to get his legs settled back in. And as you would expect, given that he's a skeleton, he's got the little skeleton feet with little skeleton toes, and he just sort of gives his legs a little bit of a kick, and then looks at his boots, and he just sort of gestures at his boots stuck to the ground, as if to go, now what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Gibbs does not see this. It is prancing further away. Thoroughly pleased with whatever it has just done.
Alright, I'm gonna roll him his hammer space to see if he can get a spare pair of boots. Alright, that's a 3. I think he'd probably tug on them a little bit and just go, no. And then just reach into his hammer space, pull out a spare pair of boots, pull his boots on, and then he's just gonna be like,
right. Now.
And then turn around and bolt after Gibbs.
Gibbs turns around to see him running, and it's just like, ah, fuck, and starts bolting itself.
I suppose the question is, how fast can Gibbs run?
That depends on what it's doing. I feel like rage is pretty much just the same as an adrenaline rush, so if you are all right with classifying it as that.
Yeah.
Let's see, if it's just running in a straight line, how far is that? Okay, that doesn't tell me how far I can make it go. Motherfucker. Give me a moment, I'm doing D&D mechanics. Yay!
Yay.
Ah. Okay. So you see it turn into this, ball of fire. A flaming fox now. And,
Jesus.
it just kind of yeets itself up. And it jumps about 100 feet away.
Oh shit. Wow, okay.
Yeet.
Korvits didn't know it could do that. He's probably going to assume that that's some warlock bullshit that he didn't know about.
It is not.
Doesn't sound... No, because I haven't written the warlock stats, that's why. But he doesn't know that. So he's just gonna be like,
What in the goddamn? Wow. Okay.
and he's going to dash, which makes it 100 feet per 6 seconds. I believe it doubles your speed. I think that's what dashing does.
It do.
It do. So he's gonna go at 100 feet. And yeah, he's just gonna just sprint on after them.
It does leave you without the ability to take any action though when you catch up to it, and so it is just going to yeet again. And I'm not gonna make you roll a perception, but when it does this, it's as it goes down, it rolls forward, so it's basically becoming a comet when it goes down.
That's cool. Oh, flippin' heck.
But you are keeping pace with it, so
Yeah, I think he'll just try and continue to do that. He is definitely admiring all of this from Gibbs, because this is a level of energy that he's not really seen from it in a while, so he's happy with this. This is fine.
I don't think this is a level of energy that anybody has really ever seen Gibbs have.
Yeah. Yep. He's just like, I love this. This is great. Let's go. Yeah, so he's just gonna keep going.
Is he paying attention to where they're going?
Let me see. I'll do you an int save. See whether or not you're... that's a... Can I do maths? Yes, I can do maths. That's a 14. I hope I can do maths. It's very simple math. Probably insofar as, like, paying attention to not running into stuff and, yep, we're still in town, yep, we're still in town. Where are we going? What is Gibbs doing? But, like, not memorizing the route or anything.
Alright.
But he's not worried.
Well, Gibbs does not know where it's going. It's just fucking running. This is fun. This is the most fun that it's had in a while. So I'm gonna roll it a survival to see if it can stay in town. That's a 3. That's a fucking no. Eventually, it just ends up out of town, which is not on purpose, but at the same time, it's probably not paying much attention to it, so it probably still thinks that they're in town. Things just look a little
Yeah.
different.
Mm-mm-mm.
But it's
Yeah.
gonna keep going.
All right. I think once they leave town, and leave the safe zone of Kara's influence, Korvits is gonna call out after it.
Hey, Gibbs, where are you going? There's nothing but fields that way for like ages.
It is going to stop after another jump and then like kind of skid to a halt. That marshmallow has since disintegrated. So, goodbye, marshmallow.
Yep.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
And it's gonna look around with its ears pricked up, like, well, shit.
I think if it's stopping, then Korvits will be able to catch up, and he'll come to a probably skid as well, just because I think that's funny. Just going into digging these deep gouges in the grass, coming to a stop right near it.
There's burn marks
Wow.
where Gibbs was.
That was some exercise. I didn't know you could run that fast. And the fire thing? Gibbs, that was cool! I've never seen you do that before.
I don't think I've done that before. I don't know where that came from, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain about it.
No, me either. Like, I mean, it may as well. It looks like it could be some of your warlock shit because of the fire. That was so neat.
And he's just gonna pick it up and give it a squeeze and a nuzzle.
I hope it is, because that would be cool. And it is going to bite where it thinks that his nose would be. Love bite, you know, as it tends to, because it is a bitey little asshole, as he has called it before.
Aye. He wasted a perfectly good marshmallow.
I would say I'm sorry, but that would imply having any fucks to give about a marshmallow.
And I have so many of them, it's fine. Wow. Yeah, okay.
He's just a little bit at a loss for words now, because he's just sort of vibrating with the my partner is feeling good. They can run and also be on fire, but feeling good.
Gibbs has not stopped smiling, which has also become relatively normal. The energy thing is like not normal at all, but like the smiling thing, it's been pretty happy. So yay. But you look above you guys, and because it is absolutely doing so at this point, and there are so many fucking stars out in the sky right now.
Wow, I didn't realize how late it was. Huh.
I mean, it's easy to lose track of time in Halloween Town, honestly.
Yeah, it can be a bit like that. And, well, I mean, we have some atmospheric tendencies. So the big open sky field is a little bit outside our usual aesthetic. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have stars and whatnot, obviously, but you know, clouds are a thing. But, yeah.
I mean,
sparkly.
I don't have much of a concept of time anyways, but
That's okay.
star's nice.
Yeah, stars nice. And well, without the clouds, you can see your moon.
I don't know if she's my moon, but she is a pretty moon.
I mean, I don't know much about moons. Apart from the whole shadow on the moon spookiness thing that we tend to do. But, you know, it it may not be the moon that you first became acquainted with, but could be your moon. It could also be the same moon. Who knows? We'd have to go up and ask. And I can't fly that high. I cannot do it, Gibbs. I could try, but I think I would.
I don't. I didn't even know that there was anything past that other than just the moon.
Well, there's I saw them on the TV. They're what are they? Moon penguins. Yeah. So assumedly, there's at least something a little bit further on.
What the fuck is a moon penguin?
Oh, they like being in movies and stuff. But as far as I figure, they're penguins that come from the moon. I wonder if it's like the moon having lice, except instead of lice, it's penguin.
These are all strings of words in which make no sense.
Context really does make a difference, doesn't it? But that's fine. It's not important.
I don't even know what a penguin is.
They're sort of a bird. As far as I can tell, they're kind of round, and they got flippers for feet. No feathers, as far as I can tell. But yeah, bird. Some sort of bird.
Some kind of bird. Okay. That's a weird bird. I have
I
questions.
take it you didn't have anything living on your moon.
I have no idea. I didn't ask. I didn't. That was not a question that was in my thought process ever. And it
That's
wasn't
fair.
going to be until now.
Helping? Guess.
Yes. Just casually ask a moon goddess, hey, do you have anything living on your head?
Do you have bird lights?
Do you need some,
man.
like, extermination or, like, lice shampoo or something?
Criminy.
Do you need me to take care of that for you, Queen?
Oh. Far out. I think while they're having this conversation, Korvits is gonna sit down on the grass and just gonna keep Gibbs in his lap.
Good, because Gibbs is trying not to fall over. Fucking laughing. I think at this point it doesn't even understand what the fuck is coming out of its mouth, but there sure are words.
Oh, bless. I think Korvits is probably just egging it on, like, it's not he's not helping it in any way, shape, or form. He's having too much fun.
I'm gonna see if Gibbs can do something. I did have at one point a fumble sheet for it, but I fucking don't know where that is, and I don't need it. Gibbs has yet to fumble. Disappointing, but also alright. In its existence, but it's fine. That is a D4. It takes out a basket. and sets it on the ground, or well, on Korvits' legs,
Mm-hmm.
because there's room even with it sitting there.
Yeah.
Tall man, long leg.
Yup.
And it opens it, and it. I don't know. I should have asked more specifically what Lou and Asclepius would have made for this kind of occasion. I'm going to say that it's something probably not necessarily stupidly fancy, but stupidly fancy for a picnic, because I don't think they planned on Gibbs taking it out on a picnic.
Yep.
But Gibbs will be Gibbs, and if it's food, it can go in a picnic basket. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gibbs has no concept
Yep.
of this shit.
And I mean, if it can go in hammer space where it doesn't get jostled, it can go in and come out pristine. So
Yeah, it's gonna shove it in his face. Here, food, eat. It doesn't say that, but like that's the basic gesture.
Oh, thanks.
he'll take it and look at it and kind of arch an eyebrow that he doesn't have. Sort of look at it, going, "Okay, not what I was expecting, but okay." And he'll eat it and just give Gibbs a little squeeze.
Gibbs is just going to uh rub its face against him ever so slightly. Maybe steal a little tiny nibble from his before getting its own out. Because it's an asshole.
That's just gonna make him giggle.
You gave it to me and you're still gonna steal some. You're unbelievable.
Listen, I identify as a fucking problem.
Eh, not as much as you might think.
He's gonna give a little ruffle in the spot that he knows Gibbs likes.
And it's just going to give him a confused look. But for once, it's not going to question that, and it's just gonna trill happily and then munch on its own.
No. No. So I suppose they're just gonna have a nice little peaceful bite to eat, sitting on the grass under the stars. Nah. While they come down from the high of having sprinted across the landscape, my gosh.
As you do, just casually. You know, let's go out for a midnight stroll. Just absolutely yeets across the country.
Oh man. Oh dear. Yeah, well Korvits is just gonna sort of enjoy he likes hugging Gibbs, and he likes sitting, and he likes eating, so he's doing some of his favorite things.
I think eventually,
He's happy.
good. This is very good, very soft. I think out of the basket comes something else.
Mhm.
But Gibbs is looking at it confused, and then it just like blinks and looks so disappointed. It's duck or dog the duckling, who I'm assuming by now is probably just an actual fucking duck.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while. There is just this fucking duck, just yeah. I don't even know what would be hilarious for it to have in its for her to have in her mouth, but dog has some food that it's not usually for ducks. But dog does not care. and Dog is just kind of like making sure to be as inconvenient as possible as she waddles all over Gibbs and then all over Korvits, and then nestles right there next to his head on his shoulder.
Well, good evening, ma'am. Nice to see you too.
And she quacks very loudly.
Did you know she was in there, Gibbs?
I didn't, little bitch. I'm pretty sure I put you to bed. Not 100% sure of how I. That's a weird turn of phrase that you guys have been using, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I might not have. I'm pretty sure I did, though.
Ah, well. It's always nice to have the company.
And he's gonna reach his hand on that side up and give dog the duck
Dog the duck.
a little bit of a pat.
She's gonna lean into it, and then she is going to stand up and ruffle her feathers, not in an aggressive way. She's just like stretching, but she is going to slap him with her wings on accident.
Alright, you klutz. Take it easy.
And she's just gonna quack and then jump onto his head.
Alright, you get comfy, it's fine. Not the first bird that stood up there, first aquatic bird, but yeah, we, you know, we're good. We're good with birds.
She leans down to where she's staring at you from upside down in your face, and she just quacks in your head, in your face, and then she's just gonna, she's just gonna sort of hop slash fly down. She's gonna flutter down, and just start kind of walking around exploring.
All right, you keep yourself busy. That's fine.
Knowing her, she's probably gonna do something stupid.
Ah, well, I mean, there's not a whole lot out here. It's just grass, and you know, the odd tree or so, and
You'd be surprised.
yeah, no, knowing her to fall through a particularly thin part of the landscape into a massive underground part of the uncanny valley, some shit. But I mean, I was trouncing around here not that long ago, really. So you'd think that anything like that I would have stumbled into already.
Gibbs just gives you this sort of almost horrified look of like, please don't say that. Like,
You will speak it into being. What are you doing?
that's my duck, Korvits, please.
I'm sure it'll be fine. She's a very capable duck.
Dog! And it's getting up to go and try. Korvits, Gibbs pretty much treats that duck like it's a fucking kid. In terms of like how protective of her it is. So it's just like, you know what? I don't trust that, and you've spooked me. So I'm going to go get Dog.
Gibbs, I was kidding.
Why would you kid about that?
Hey, I have no reason to believe the uncanny is a problem. I mean, I've never been down there, but it's kind of always been there. It's ever there's been an inkwell. So it can't suck that bad.
I have no idea what an uncanny valley is, but eh.
I could explain, but yeah, it involves an awful lot of other stuff that is not necessarily going to clarify anything for you. I mean, it's what can I say? It's toony bullshit.
Ah,
That's just what it is.
then I don't think I could wrap my head around it if I tried.
That's fair enough.
Simply being a toon is a weird concept to me still, and I don't know how long it's been, but apparently it has been a while.
Hmm. Not being a toon is a weird concept to me, so I don't know what else I could be. I wonder what I could be if I were a real kind. I'm not sure.
Eh, I don't know. I've been pretty much everything except for that until now. So,
Well, I suppose when you get to go through each and every option, you'll get to the come back around to the start of the list eventually.
uh, and it looks up, and its eyes get big. Ooh. I didn't think that we had shooting stars here.
Huh? What do you
And
mean?
it points up, and there is a shooting star that crosses the sky.
Oh! Yeah! Yeah, no, we get those. If you see one, you're supposed to make a wish.
Uh, it sounds kind of dangerous.
Well, I mean, yeah, about as dangerous as pinky promises and, pacts with gods.
Uh, are you okay?
Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Well, that was a nat 20. Insight.
Wow. Um. All right. Well, he's genuinely a little bit confused as to this new line of questioning. Because he never really thought of a wishing on a shooting star to be particularly dangerous. Yeah, he's a bit confused, and he's. I suppose he's still not over the whole god thing. He may still feel a little bit bad about the fact that he warlock packed Gibbs by accident.
And Gibbs is slowly been learning that pinky promises with tunes specifically are actually really dangerous, apparently. It knows that making promises that you can't keep is just fucking dangerous in general. And just dickish to do. So it tries not to do that. Um just as a principle, but dear God, it is never going to make a pinky promise. No. From the things that it's
Yeah.
heard about pinky promises going wrong. No.
Mhm.
Don't fuck with that. But also it has fought, it has killed, and it has been killed by many gods. So it knows, and like it's tied to not just one, but two gods now. It knows the dangers of god pacts. So the two things that he just listed are actually very fucking dangerous.
Oh dear.
So it's
Well,
just
like-
what the fuck? Like, is there something different about the stars that I don't know about? Is what it's crossing its mind, but it's not saying anything, but it's instead gonna say something else as it kind of lays down on its back in the grass. I don't know. I mean, I know pinky promises are super dangerous. Apparently, um, I've heard some stories about those. So no thanks. um, but shooting stars were in, I think, where I'm originally from, they weren't actually stars. They were fairies.
Oh, really?
Yep, fairies who just got away with somebody's name.
Oh, so like this is a thief in the middle of a getaway.
Sort of, yeah. If you happen to catch a
Huh.
glimpse of one, I don't know if it's the same here or not, but that's what it was. Where I'm.
Well, I mean, that's the first I've ever heard of that kind of story. I mean, we got fairies and fae and all that kind of crap, but that's yeah, I've not heard about them manifesting stars. That's
Well, it
you'd
could.
think you'd think that if there was, someone would have said it. You wouldn't be completely unheard of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. As far as I'm aware, that was. They retreated after a while, so I never saw one.
Well, they're not super common here either. That's why you say that you see one, you should make a wish because it's good luck to see one because they're so hard to find.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it just seems kind of rude to make a wish on something like that magical.
Suppose it depends on what it is. I've never really thought about it that much.
Eh, I don't see a reason to think about it much now. It is pretty.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lie down next to Gibbs.
Uh, but something else that you said, and it's still looking up at the sky. Um, about pacts with gods.
Yeah.
It's something else that I know can be also pretty dangerous. But
Well, yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's really all that dangerous if it's you.
I'm not gonna roll him a deception. He's kind of doing the blush. Ah. Gibbs just flattered him to death. Like, he's got this sort of silly little grin, and he's blushing. Like, he's got these bits of. It's sort of like a. What do you call it? It's kind of like a brownish orange, a really dark brownish orange color is his blush. And he's just sort of makes some sort of squeaky sort of noise. As he's like, oh no! I wasn't expecting that!
I mean, how can it be all that dangerous when you make that dorky of a noise?
Hey, shut up!
If I shut up, you'd never hear the end of the show.
What?
Turn a phrase.
You're unbelievable.
And he's just gonna put his hand on Gibbs and give it a bit of a little shove as if to sort of roll it over onto its belly.
Oh no, I'm a barrel, I'm rolling away. And it's gonna start just continuing to roll, sort of.
We are not on a hill! That looks like it takes a lot of effort.
It does, please. Ow.
Come back!
He's gonna sort of sit up and shuffle over and grab it.
It's gonna settle back onto its back. Like, oh my god. I don't know why I did that other than to be an ass. It was not worth it.
No, apparently. Oh, but if we thought everything through, where would the fun be in that, huh?
Well, fuck, I don't know. If I thought anything through, I wouldn't be here.
Well, can't be all bad. I'm glad you're here.
I, I'm, glad I'm here too.
Korvits is just gonna give Gibbs a big smile. Like it's not a mischievous grin, it's a fond one.
Oh, buddy. Hold on. Okay. Okay, good. Hey, Korvits, can you grab the basket?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
He'll sit up, give it a little bit of a stretch, and then sort of half shuffle over on his knees to go and pick the basket up and shuffle back over.
Is he checking inside the basket at all, or no?
Nope.
Okay. And, Gibbs, kinda leans up as much as it can. There's very much so, like, the creaking of metal bones
Mm.
as it, grabs that and puts it kinda on its side beside itself and lays back down. Um, so have you been enjoying spending time with the kids?
Oh, yeah, Philippe's kids are a hoot. They're got so much personality for something small. Like, I mean, like you can put them in a cup and suck them through a straw. They're tiny, but they've got so much personality. And like, one of them's very bitey. Like, I think you'd like her. She doesn't have teeth, and it doesn't hurt, but she holds on. If she decides she wants to, just and, oh, there, poor dad. You're so flustered because he's very polite. You see, but I'm just sitting here laughing because I can't get this small tadpole off of my hand. I am dedicated to the idea of making a shark costume because I think perfect, the absolute perfect Halloween costume for this guppy is a shark.
No. Consider piranha.
Gibbs, you are a genius. I love that even more. Yes, perfect. Or we dress them all up as piranhas and go some. Just let them go swim in that. Go forth, mischief children. Perfect.
A small pack of piranhas is the most terrifying thing that you can find in water.
Oh, yes, I love that. All right, I'm making a note. Piranha. Great. Their dad won't be impressed, but that's fine.
Listen, I think that with as old as we actually are, I think we deserve to cause mischief with children and then let them loose back at their parents. I feel like that's what actual babysitting for us would be. And I feel like we earned it.
Well, true. That's very true. Like, I mean, with the kind of bullshit we've had to deal with, why not just enjoy ourselves, you know?
I've said it to everybody at least once. I'm too old for this shit. And god damn it, I mean it. I'm too old for this shit. It's morning time to get up. No, I'm too old for this shit. Fuck it. Back to bed.
I mean, if you can, at least sleep in. Where is the joy in being... But, no, I've been having a great time. They love the fountain. They love swimming in the fountain. I have yet to figure out where the water goes. I built the damn thing, and I still don't understand it properly. But the children managed to figure into the fountain so that they could come down through the water that comes out of it and swim around. And I'm like, if you get stuck in there, Philippe is going to pass out, so please don't get stuck. I may have to get like a grate, but I've got no idea where to put it. So for now, I just have to hope and pray that they don't get stuck.
There's this little blue kid that's been hanging around town that can just turn into a puddle. I've seen it happen several times, and I am so confused. But, maybe they can help? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's a kid. Pretty sure that's a kid. I don't know. They don't have a face. I mean, they have a mouth.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I have to ask. I mean, there are lots of people in not met yet, so I'm working my way through. Saying my hello.
Town.
Hello, I am your former king now, God. God damn it! I am not introducing myself that way, thankfully, but you know, I tell people. But no, if you reckon there's someone around that knows, not very, yeah, might have to see about that at some stage.
I mean, I'm not exactly a people person, so I don't know what their name is or how to find them or anything, but they're here around town. I know that.
Fortunately, both Jacques and Lynn are people, so we will be knowing about this person to one or both of them, and be like, hi, here's query, and go possibly differently, because that would raise some concerns, but that's fine.
It's just like, okay. That was much. Many words in that. It tried to keep up and then he lost it.
Bless. Wait, not at all lining up an FPS between Korvits and one of your other PCs, are we?
I don't know.
Oh dear.
Who knows? I don't. Gibbs is just spouting bullshit at this point, trying to bide time. It's totally not stalling.
Oh dear.
Um. Uh. Well. Um. I know you said you like kids, and you
I
hmm.
do like kids. I like kids quite a lot. Kids have this way of viewing the world that makes perfect sense to them, but they cannot articulate it the way that an adult can. And, as well, to put it through a slightly different perspective, I never was one. So, kind of living vicariously through other people's children.
Well, I know that we're not really. We've not gone any further than this, and it points sort of to the two of them. But maybe one day, and it's reaching into the thing, the fucking basket at this point, and I'm gonna roll it a thing to see if it can find it without looking.
Mhm.
See how well that's gonna go. Your perception and your what would it be to even find something? Because it would probably be investigation at disadvantage because of the fact that it is not looking. So that is a -2. That's a 12. That's not bad.
No, it's above average.
Um, so it's found what it wants, but it's just right at the tip of its claws. So it's just kind of like its paw and like arm is pretty much halfway in this fucking basket.
Mm-hmm.
um, as it's trying to think and talk and do this at the same time, which is very hard for it.
Yeah.
That is a lot of multitasking.
Mm-mm.
How maybe one day the fucking goddamn um us and that, if that makes no, that made no sense. Get 1 second. I'm trying to find a thing. And it's just gonna like lift up the fucking basket and just shove its entire body in there. Like as much as it can. Like it's halfway out of the fucking thing. Come here, you son of a bitch.
Korvits is going to be very politely chuckling because the image of Gibbs halfway into a picnic basket with its legs sticking out the top doing little kickies is funny, but he's also like, where is it going with this? I'm confused. he could roll an insight, but I'm not going to because I know his insight modifier and I want him to be confused for a second.
I am going to roll. I'm gonna roll the sleight of hand, which relies on Dex. So come on, buddy. Oh no, it's a negative.
Again! Again! That's another nat
That
one!
is another nat one.
Oh my god, Gibbs!
So it pulls out, and finally it's like yes, and it drops the a little wooden box, and it tries to scramble for it before it gets to you, but in front of you is this little uh wooden box with AK on it, and it's just It looks so defeated with its face kind of on the ground.
Korvits will sort of look at this little box and do a bit of a blink blink and tilt his head to one side and then look up at Gibbs and then look back at the box and look back at Gibbs and he looks like he wants to go and pick it up, but then he sort of sits back so that it can pick it up.
It does eventually pick itself up. It does not bother dusting itself off. That doesn't even cross its mind as a thing to do. But it is. I can't even say it's blushing. It's got black fur.
It looks bashful.
It does, and it also looks kind of salty about it. Fucking tsundere ass, goddamn fox. And at this point, it's just like, I'm done with words, and it just kind of like pushes a paw forward with the box and just kind of pushes it towards him. And then puts its paws back, sitting very, very still, like, and looking away.
Korvits will take the box and he'll. I'm picturing this thing to be relatively small compared to his enormously large hands.
Not necessarily. It actually looks to be around his size. This is primarily
Okay.
because, reasons.
Reasons. You know what? Because I like to gesture with my hands while I play, I think I have a box for similar purpose. Right here. Yeah, it's a bit dusty. Yep, okay. I'm gonna say this is the box so that I can fiddle with it while I say things. Yeah, so he's gonna pick it up and just sort of look at it, and he's gonna trace the letter on the top with his thumb.
Did you make this?
I made the box, yeah.
It's nice. Can I open it?
No, I'm handing you a box for shits and giggles.
Look, it might have had like you wanted me to open it at a particular time or something like that, or maybe it was empty. Oh, I'm trying to be polite, Gibbs.
Just to open the box, Korvits.
Fine, I will.
And he'll push it open with his thumb.
Inside of it is a ring. It's been specifically made to fit Korvits' ring wedding finger perfectly. You recognize it. I'm not even gonna make you roll a perception. That is Jacques' craftsmanship, and it is very much so your style. Because Gibbs is not the one that knows how to do things with metal. It just understands wood.
Yep, fair enough. Yep, his eyes and mouth are gonna brighten a little bit, and that completely bashful, blushing kind of expression just kind of come back. And he sort of does this weird little wiggle like he has too many emotions so that they're filling the rest of his body. He's just sort of sitting there and looking at it.
That's really nice. I thought we were already engaged.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I wanted. I thought it'd be nice if it were more personal and not as casual as it was the first time. So
You're a real romantic at heart, huh? Oh gosh.
I've
Do I
never.
wear it over my glove or under? Over my glove seems weird.
And he's taken it out of the box, and now he's just sort of fiddling with it over his ring finger to try and figure out whether or not over is appropriate, and he'll pull it off and then pull off his glove and slide it onto his skeleton bone finger and sort of fiddle with it some more. And he's being so he's fiddling with it primarily so that he doesn't say or do anything stupid, because he has lots of emotions right now.
I mean,
and he's just so blushing and giggling a little bit.
it doesn't know it entrusted Jacques with this. So in DMs, RJ was like, Jacques is gonna fucking steal a glove to make sure that he gets the size for the ring right without
Yeah.
Korvits knowing.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so like it just entrusted him to to handle the ring, and it got the box, and the plan and sort of the date. It can't really plan for days where like it's in too much pain or its memory is fucked. But like it was feeling pretty great today, so it was like, all right, you're doing this now.
Yep. Yep, no, that's fair. I think he'll probably settle on putting it over the glove because he wants people to see it. He'll get used to it.
I imagine it
And
could
then-
work either way, to be honest. That way, if he ever wants to hide it.
Yeah. And once he's sort of decided on that, he's gonna scoop Gibbs up into his arms and give it a very fond nuzzle equivalent of being able to do a kiss thing.
You are such a sap.
I've never been in love before. Fuck off.
Well, fair's fair. Technically, I haven't either. But I'm enjoying it greatly. I hope you are too.
Yeah.
Now I gotta make you something in return.
It blinks, sort of. And it looks down at its at the feather around its neck, and it says, "This is I thought this was it."
Well, I can make you more things. Yeah.
Korvits, I love you. You don't have to do that. And then
Oh shit! Here we go. Ugh.
yeah, there it is. It said love. That's why it coughed, by the way.
I had supposed so.
Korvits, when it says that, shortly after that, you can feel the it's some kind of emotion, not necessarily a heart drop, but like an oh shit moment of not even an oh shit moment. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's an empty feeling, but at the same time it's so heavy. And the expression on its face as its eyes widen and its ears flatten against its head at the same time. And there's usually a ticking sound as well as a gentle whir from inside of it, and all of those things stop in an instant.
Ooh. Oh boy. So I guess the question is that I have right now, because I was thinking about it after the other SPS. Does Korvits know that this is the thing? Because I know we did an RP in DMs, but I'm not sure if that was canon or not. Was that canon? Does Korvits know that this is a problem?
No,
Oh
that
boy.
wasn't
Okay.
canon. That
I
was
didn't
just
think
like a
it
what if.
was. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh shit. Okay. Cool. Cool. Great. So he's just watching Gibbs just sort of stop. And he's gonna stop and then
Gibbs? Hey, are you alright?
Do me a favor.
mm-hmm.
Even though your perception is stupid high, I want you to roll me a perception.
Perception. Okay. Stay in the tower, please. Q. Okay. 26.
That's a 26. Hey, so that coughing actually did have a visible result. There's golden speckles on like the part of its sleeve near its shoulder where it had coughed into.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bit of gold like on its mouth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the ticking is still not starting, but the whirring is started up again. But it is rapidly speeding up, and the glowing in Gibbs is getting brighter. And then it sounds like a bunch of clanking, like something just fell apart. And it is now shaking. And it's trying to also move now, like, oh god. It's not saying anything, but it is visibly freaking out, and it is trying to get down from Korvits.
Oh boy. So Korvits is now in panic stations because Gibbs is panicking. Gibbs appears to be in severe discomfort, and he's just gonna start plopping down a few healing words because that doesn't sound good. That sounds the opposite of good. Uh so he's just gonna be saying Gibbs's name over and over, trying to get like some kind of response while also dumping as much healing magic as he can get.
They fail. Like, you can see it visibly hit it, and it just not even soak in. It just kind of fizzles.
Okay. Let me get my. Alright. Let's see. Healing Word is a first level spell. He's gonna be using all 4 of his first level spell slots. And then it's not working. It's like, I need this to be stronger. Let's try upcasting it at 5th level. And then that's not working. And he's going to be quite actively freaking out if upcasting it to 8th level doesn't help at all.
It does not, and that whirring has only gotten louder. It's now probably the loudest thing in the area. And it's struggling to breathe visibly, and as it's standing up, it's muttering, no, 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 no. And something else inside of it breaks, and it sounds like springs coming loose. And more gold seems to be spat up.
shit. Okay, I'm gonna roll him a
It
medicine.
it does look invisible pain.
It's a 19 on medicine.
It's a
Korvits is freaking out.
Korvits, buddy, there's no easy way to say this. You don't know how it's dying, but it's dying. And it's looking at you in both pain, because it is in a lot of pain, as it seems like now it is collapsing to one knee, as one knee just decides, fuck you, and stops working. And it looks apologetic.
Okay, I'm gonna do a whiz save. Okay. What's your whiz save? Pretty high. That's 21. So Korvits is panicking a smidge, but like he's keeping himself together because oh no, what do? We gotta figure this out. Gibbs is in pain, healing word isn't working. Well, maybe mending works on more forged question mark. He's gonna try that.
So you do that. It rewinds the leg, but then it immediately breaks down, and breaks down worse than prior to, and it looks even more pain.
Shit!
And something else happens, and it glitches to where there's like some strange gold electrical like thing or sparks that come out of it, and its head starts turning, and it is sort of screaming but also not screaming. It's yelling loudly because ow, but it's taking everything in it not to scream in agony. And it grabs a hold of its head to try and stop it from spinning because it is a tune, and it is also a machine all at once.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And that whirring has gotten so loud, and it's silent when it's saying this, but it is basically begging for this to not happen. It can't speak anymore. The last thing that broke when uh its head started spinning was its voice box.
Okay. I think Korvits is probably going to try and pick Gibbs up and hold it close to his chest. And keep attempting to chuck magic into it so that maybe this will work at some point. Because he's at a loss of ideas of what else to do, quite frankly.
Gibbs is fighting as much as it can for him to not hold on to it. Ow, my own throat. What the fuck? And the light from its eyes, mouth, and chest have only started to get brighter. Korvits, I need you to make me another medicine check.
Okie dokie.
Because it is fighting you, and it is fighting you hard. It's not trying to hurt you, but it can't really control that.
Dirty 20.
It's not great. You're not well versed with Toon Warforged, unfortunately.
No.
Um, but I will give you that you should probably not be holding it right now if it is breaking down as badly as it is.
Gosh, not being able to pick Gibbs up is making him cry. Um,
Oh, that's interesting because it's also crying.
yeah, no, fuck. he is crying. It's like a weird thing because like he does the tears thing, but they immediately evaporate. Um, so it kind of is like steam, just sort of. He cries in steam, basically. I suppose. Because it's just a thing.
Gibbs's tears are silver, but they're also mixed with a bit of gold. And it eventually reaches a point where it stops moving and freezes in place wherever he lays it entirely. Um, as if like frozen in position. And Korvits, I'm gonna need you to make me a deck save.
Okay. No, I'm doing it at disadvantage.
It's silent when it does this, but it does scream no because it doesn't want this to happen. And I'm only saying that its voice box is broken because I don't want to say these things because ow, my own voice.
Oh yeah, like there's a reason why I haven't actually fixed any of what Korvits is saying for the last little bit because I will cry a lot more than I'm crying right now, and nobody needs to hear that.
I hurt a lot as of yesterday, so that is primarily my reason why. Yesterday was not fun, but to save my vocal cords, Gibbs' voice box is broken, but it is screaming. It was screaming before it froze. I don't want to die. No, please. That an 18.
Yep.
An 18. Oh no. Uh, shit.
Is that bad? Is it too high? Is it too low?
That's a little lower than I thought it would be. That's a little lower than I thought it would be. Uh, all right, I'll have you make another one here in a minute. Let me get done with this.
Boy. Oh gosh.
So everything is still for a moment, but almost as if it was in slow motion. It's not. Gibbs just explodes in a shining field of gold. And there's cogs and gears and clockwork flying. Um, one of its paws just kind of lands haphazardly uh, next to the box that it made for Korvits' ring. And whatever's, like, there's nothing left after that in its place, save for maybe, like, a few little bits and pieces. and the heart that was inside its chest. And that pin that was in its chest, there's something wrong with it that wasn't wrong with it before. And it's trying to do something, but it's unable to do it. And it dissipates. And instead of the heart shattering in half, like it looked like it was going to, it instead shatters to several pieces. And bit by bit, the glowing stops for those pieces as they fall to the ground. And from those bits and pieces, the ground starts to turn to gold. Anything that was a part of Gibbs also starts turning things around it to gold. Which means Korvits, you probably got like a part of it touching you. Or it did touch you as it flew. So I'm going to say that there's probably like a few bits of cloth or maybe a part of your glove that got that is starting to turn gold.
Is this a color effect, or are we talking Hand of Midas?
Hand of Midas.
Oh, joy. Okay.
So you might want to move quickly to try and get that off of you before it turns like the entire thing and thus your entire hand to gold.
I'm gonna need to do him a whiz save first. And I'm gonna do it at disadvantage because, like, Gibbs literally just exploded in his face! Holy shit. It's still a 15. Why are you like this? God darn it. I think he's not gonna register it straight away, so it probably takes most of his glove. Is it doing his hand underneath or just the glove?
At the current moment, just the glove.
Right, so it probably makes its way most of the way up when he realizes that he can't move that hand because the glove is solid metal now. When he'll try and yank it off. Easier said than done when your fingers are stuck. But I think he might just pop his hand off at the wrist and be like, okay, fuck it. Because he can't get his fingers out. But he's still just sort of staring at what's left of Gibbs. And brain no process. What do you do in this situation? He doesn't know. He's just like, what the fuck?
As you're just staring at what is left of your partner, as if to add insult to injury, part of its faceplate just kind of falls and hits the ground with a thunk in front of you.
Oh boy, he is screaming! I would not be surprised if, like, this was even going back through the bond he has with Lynn, because, like, this is overwhelming level of grief and freak out and horror. Really, this is not the japes that he likes. This is genuine horror, and he is losing his shit. I think probably the grass is also catching on fire around him because he has no capacity to temper his magic at this point. He is he's lost it. Lost control of basically everything. All he knows is grief.
Well, that's good. And I say that with pain in my heart for what comes next. The stars are falling down around you as well. More insult to injury, in a sense.
Uh,
You can probably, like, I don't know if he would be thinking of this, probably not. But there was, I think, a part of the FPS between Aeon and Korvits, where Korvits learned that over half of the stars in the sky were Gibbs' lives in its timeline, its own constellation. So half of the stars in the sky are now slowly falling down because they are dying with Gibbs.
mm,
Uh,
mm.
Furthermore, the fun part.
Fun part. First.
Fun part.
Yep, lay it on me.
Give me just a second. I know I have it right there. That's the one I have. That's the one I need. Where? It'd be great if you would load. Thank you. Alright, what is your. Oh, yes, plus 24. Okay. Would you mind making me a perception check at disadvantage?
I can do that.
It's a
Wait,
42.
that is nope. Those numbers are the wrong way around. There we go.
Oh, okay. So you do not, unfortunately, notice, Korvits, the much bigger figure forming behind you slowly with a scythe.
Nope. No, he doesn't. He's still trying to get his brain to work enough to try and figure out how to cast Wish. Because he knows he has that spell now. He didn't before. It's like, okay, how the fuck do I cast it? Because I need to cast it right now. Not really. Fucking attention. God damn it.
You have been a problem for far too long, and since I can't get at those two assholes in their little hidey hole, I can at least take you out of the equation. And that is an incredibly unfamiliar voice, Korvits.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be whipping around with the very shocked expression. He doesn't have a lot of words, only emotion. The ground is on fire, and he has heard this voice and just turned around and is just sort of staring at who this could be.
As you turn around and your eyes meet their sockets, you feel an incredible pain slice through you. And,
Good.
you've been stabbed with a scythe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt to make the noise that he makes. Ow! Oh dear.
That scythe is now pulling at you very aggressively, and it is yanking something out of you.
Oh boy.
What does his
Oh.
magic look like? His god magic,
It's-
at least.
It's a candle flame, sort of. It's definitely fire based, but it kind of dances like it's got wings. So it like does it like a kind of phoenix-like, I suppose. His sorcerer subclass is phoenix sorcery. So it's kind of like that. It's this red and black and orange phoenix little form that flips in the air and dances and burns really, really brightly, but warm at the same time. Friendly and cheerful kind of fire that is putting on a show.
That gets pulled out of him. And forced to flutter up to this person's bony hands. Bony hands, which are very much so decaying, but are also somewhat singed. And this person seems to have a deer skull for a head that seems to also be dripping in golden details. Which is not. You recognize the silhouette, even in that split moment of them now grasping in their hand your magic, and them closing their hand aggressively around it. That this is death, but death has always only ever been black and white. There's never been any golden details. And there's also some symbols in regalia that resembles how Gibbs has depicted the sun. Especially in the robes that they are wearing. It's black and gold with some orange and red.
Mm-hmm.
It's them, but something's off and it's terrifying. And they have your magic now grasped in their hands, somewhat crushing it a little bit, maybe out of malice. You feel like they may have been holding a pretty good grudge against you for a little bit. And they look at you, and I should probably say they're fucking huge compared to you, Korvits. You have to look up.
Here's two. Yup. Yup. Let me just get my other sheet. Yup. Mm-hmm.
I think I'll add this one to my collection. Goodbye.
Don't. No.
And they disappear.
You can't just do that.
And he's just gonna fall forward onto the grass, or what was left of it.
And I think that can be where we end it.
Yep. I'm fine.
This is fine. We're only dying inside a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidgen.
Ah!
There we go.
Boy.
Hee-hoo.
Hee-hoo.
Hee-hoo. Hee-hoo.
Look forward to the next part.
Yeah. As you do. You're just doing murder. Casual. Alright, thank you everybody for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I forgot to
Oh.
switch over. There's the other title card. I forgot. I got too into the storytelling. There you go.
I was just sitting here listening, and I turned it over on my end.
Oh fuck!
Fuck! Okay.
We're gonna continue dying off of recording. Thank you everybody for listening. Goodbye.